All right, so today we're gonna go over people feeling like rent is too high, and is there anything we could do about it?
Having apartments that cost like $2,000 a month should be fucking illegal, because why is it that they expect you to make 3 times the rent, which comes out to like $6,000, but most people don't even make that in an entire month? An apartment shouldn't be a luxury. It should be a basic need.
Already disagreeing with them a lot. So $2,000 a month, that's not what everybody's paying. That's number one. Number two, you gotta make 3 times the rent. So not only do you cover your rent, is make sure you cover your groceries, you covering childcare needs, your own personal needs. And so if you can't afford $2,000 a month, then don't go live in a place that costs $2,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of apartments that cost $1,500 a month, $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month, right? So you should only apply where you can afford, which should be 3 times what you make a month. And number two, he said it should be a basic need and not luxury. Well, housing is a basic need. There's different tiers of housing, affordability to luxury, and it's what you can afford. And so if you ain't got $2,000 a month to put towards rent, then you just don't have $2,000 to put towards rent. You grow, scale, maximize your income.
Our rent is going up almost $300 a month, okay? I'm confused. I'm lost, dumbfounded. Everywhere in my city, everybody going up in apartments, okay? These are just one bedrooms. I pay $1,100 a month for one bedroom right now. If I resign my lease, it'd be $1,300, okay? Not including maintenance fees, not including all the utilities and all that stuff. But it's all said and done, I'll be spending $1,600, $1,700 to live there, okay? When it's all said and done. My thing is, what do these landlords think we are making out here? Okay? Everybody not making all that kind of money like this. I'm a truck driver.
I get it, right? You applied, rent was $1,100 a month. That's what you afford at that time. And so that's what you expect, because you assigned a 12-month lease or whatever, how long your lease was. And then after a year or so, when your lease ends, they hit you with a $300 increase. I could get why you get frustrated. Now, to me, with my research and what I look into, I plan on being a landlord in the next year, 2027. The reason why rents goes up every time you renew your lease is because the cost of living for everybody goes up, right? And so home insurance goes up, property taxes go up. And so if those go up, 9 times out of 10, the landlord is going to pass that on to the tenant. And then it's up to you or not to renew your lease. There's plenty of places out here, depending on where you're living at, that's number one. Now, the main thing that I see that's wrong is most people is trying to live where everybody else is living in the major cities, right? Nobody really want to live 30, 40 minutes on the outskirts of the cities. They want to live in the downtowns. And so you can get the downtown prices. At the end of the day, you can decide if you want to renew or not. And I just moved into my place last week. And so I'm very familiar with the rental market. I definitely know there's a bunch of apartments that's offering crazy deals to move into their apartments. I wouldn't even stay to renew a lease anyways, because you're not even get the special that they're offering because you already an existing customer. Rather than you could go to the next apartment, get 2 months free, save money there. You just gotta shop around, look around. The landlord is gonna increase rent, but that's because his expenses goes up, and so he's just gonna pass that down to you.
Talking about people need to stop moving and bouncing around. That's why the rent high. Just renew your lease, like all this other stuff. But let me give you the perspective of a mover, right? I've had 5 apartments in the last 5 years. Let me tell you why. In one of my apartments, my lease was up. They sent me a renewal offer. They said your rent's going up $150. I said, why? Nothing has changed in this place. If anything, it should go down. After all the damages I've caused in here, and my kid, somebody's going up. They said, yeah, you know, the market, blah, blah. The market? Okay. Do my research. I pull up the website. There's a unit next door available. Same layout, same floor plan, same style. And there's no new renovations. $200 cheaper than what I'm paying currently. Not the new rent. That would have been $350 cheaper. What I have now, it was $200 cheaper than that. But what's the catch? It's for new tenants, new business. Okay. So I try to call them, try to figure this out. Hey, bro, by the way, can I just move in that one? Because I'm going to just move in there. It's $200 cheaper, same floor plan, same everything. We good, right? No, you actually have to pay a $500 transfer fee just to move units. And then on top of that, you don't get that new price, that new rent. That's only for new tenants. Since you're an existing tenant, it would just be the same rent as your other place.
Yep, that's that guy that get you. You're already a locked in customer. So there's no reason for them to try to entice you or give you incentives to stay because you're already there. And so same thing with like phone companies, same thing with insurance. They already locked you in. And so every year they're just going to keep increasing the premium or rent or whatever. They don't think you're going to take the time out to go to another carrier, another place. And so that takes a lot of work. You got to hire movers or you got to move yourself. It's exhausting. And so they hope that you don't do that. You just renew, accept the increase, and you just keep living there. And so just like we said with video number 2, you got to move. You got to keep moving.
America, the rent is too damn high. So new studies on affordability here in the United States have declared 98% of all counties in the United States unaffordable for rent, meaning that in 98% of counties throughout the United States, people cannot afford rent properly, meaning their job does not pay enough to cover rent, food, and utilities.
Off rip, this is a fear monger. Because number one, it's not 98% of America. That's number one. If anything, it might be closer to 50%, if that. Most people that I know, not even most people, I know a lot of people that is in the boat he's talking about of can't afford rent, utilities, food. But there's also a lot of people that I know can cover it, plus some investment, savings, whatnot you. And so off rip, 98%, he just trying to scare people and get people to think like, oh, wow, America really is unaffordable when it isn't. If anything, I think it aligns more with your personal wants and needs, right? I think most people, like the saying, keep up with the Joneses. I think most people want to live where everybody else is living. Everybody want to eat where everybody else is eating. Fast food, restaurants. I don't think it's more of an affordability issue as much as dial back on your own personal spendings. So you can move out of the city. You can eat less fast food, less restaurants, eat more healthy, rice, beans. All that stuff don't cost that much money. Fruits don't even cost that much money.
Meaning that 98% of this country is too expensive for the average American to survive. Not 40%, not 60%, 98%. That means there's a...
Okay, let's take a moment. Let's just say he's right. Off rip, I don't think he's right. But let's just say he's right. 98% of Americans can't afford rent, food, and utilities, right? Number one, I think if you're by yourself, then of course it might be unaffordable to try to keep up with all of that. $1,500 in rent, $800 in food a month, probably got a car note, utilities, gas, electricity's going up. Yes, if you're by yourself, then I can see how you could be struggling with if you work like a $12 an hour job, a $15 an hour job. Like a lot of Americans. It's not most, it's just a lot. I think that's a huge problem right there in itself. Most people try to get on their own. They're very individualistic, however you said the word, right? They think they just want to be by themselves. They want to portray the image of, I got this, I can buy this, I can do this on my own. This is all me. Instead of thinking like a community or thinking smart, having roommates is number one. That's how you cut housing costs down for yourself. Same thing with a roommate. Y'all go half on food. And roommate could be a friend, could be family that can help you succeed in life. And so Whenever I see somebody like this that's trying to like fearmonger, 98% of people can't afford life, America is going down, America is bad, people can't afford America. No, figure out how you can afford it. Figure out how can you get in the position so you can be successful in America, the #1 country in the whole world. All right, to end this video, I got 3 bullet points right here in my notes. And basically, fear talks about prices, winners talk about positioning. So high rent is real, but so are higher incomes, side incomes, relocation, house hacking, and smarter budgeting. So the problem isn't the market alone, it's whether you adapt to it. And complaining keeps you emotional, learning keeps you mobile. And so people who study money, credit, ownership, and leverage find options other people never see. I also see a lot of videos on people saying like renting is like a waste of money and stuff like that. But as long as you have a strategy and a goal at the end, and renting is a part of it, so that way you can stack money to where you can get in position to buy a house or buy a property for investment and stuff like that, then renting can make a lot of sense. And affordability isn't fixed. Your leverage isn't either. And so income can grow, expenses can be optimized, assets can replace bills. The system doesn't change overnight, but your position inside it can. So I very do much get it, right? Rent is going up in a lot of places, and it can be scary or anything like that. But as long as you learn what you gotta learn and you actually put aside money for investments and stuff like that, then there is a way to escape the rent trap. And hopefully for everybody, renting isn't a permanent thing. It's just a smart strategy that you do in the meantime to one day you can actually position yourself to own and actually build wealth and equity. This is the start of the channel, Grind Over Fear. And basically it's to react to real world issues and everything that's going on currently, and to react to it, but it's not to fearmonger, it's to actually give advice and what you can do to combat what the current situation that you're going through. And so basically, if you know someone who needs this video, if you find it entertaining or not, press subscribe, and we build here, we don't complain, and I'll see you in the next video.